What's up, Salty Baldies? It's your father speaking. Today, we're going to discuss why the new UI Sign Goku is overrated. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku is a new unit released on November 27th in the Sign of Ultra Instinct Step Up banner as part of the Legends Festival. A lot of YouTubers have been hyping up the unit, calling him unbalanced, OP, and even the most broken unit in Legends history. Nakoba! However, this unit is a Legends limited unit, which means that its drop rate is a mere 0.25% or alternatively 0.250% and is never guaranteed. If you're a free-to-play player, it can be incredibly difficult to pull him in the banner, luck aside. And even players who are willing to front the hundreds of dollars needed to pull him will have trouble getting him to drop. With that being said, is this unit really worth it? Is Ultra Instinct Sign Goku truly the most broken unit in Legends history? Or is it just bait? In this video, I'm going to prove to you that UI Goku is a fair and balanced unit that is highly overrated by lots of YouTubers. As I've previously stated in my video, why Zenkai units are the future of Dragon Ball Legends, Zenkais are the future, obviously, that's why the title is that. And honestly, I could have ended this video right here, but I want to give you guys a full explanation. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku's kit is good. That part is undeniable. It has many ways to reset the battle to neutral, and its damage output is superb. In a vacuum, he is an extremely powerful unit, and there is something to be said that a unit will be better utilized by a better player. However, the problem with dismissing the unit's issues with this reasoning is that the same truth applies to a lot of other powerful units. If you think about that for a second, you will slowly and surely realize that you've been duped. YouTubers all over have been overhyping this unit. Now, I'm not saying that this unit is bad, far from that, but remember, this game does not exist in a vacuum. The unit's essential problem is that it currently doesn't fit on any of the best teams of the meta. Currently, the top teams in the ladder are Sun Family, Androids, and Future. These teams are the best in the current metagame because they have access to powerful ultimate and super attacks, which UI Goku cannot counter, including overwhelming power from Zenkai units as well. For example, UI Goku does not stand a chance if he gets in a combo from Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai Goku, or Zenkai Gohan, or even Zenkai Android 18 especially. The reason why these three teams are at the top of the meta is because they have a strong red unit, and that is what breaks or makes teams. Red units are the dominant color of this current meta game, and as of right now, a strong red unit is essentially mandatory in your team setup to be able to win consistently in high-level PvP. This would be why my favorite team, Wims, aka Female Warriors, not Gorals, that cursed word, why they're not, top tier. It's simply because they lack a solid red unit. UI Goku also suffers from animation frame issues. In any competitive fighting game, you will come across the term frames, which means that it takes X amount of seconds to perform an action. UI Goku's green card, although extremely powerful, takes about 1.5 seconds in frames to activate. So this basically means that the opposing player can now exploit this issue and reverse the combat loop. Now, if they reverse the combat loop, it means that they are now on the offensive and your unit is either, well, A, dead, or B, on the defensive, meaning taking damage. For example, I'm going to compare the green card animations for UI Goku and the yellow transforming Gohan, aka known as Cancer Han. In Cancer Han's case, the animation time is about 1 frame or 1 second. So the opponent only has 1 second to do a dash back into a blast card. However, with UI Goku, they have enough time to do a mini sidestep, meaning they're not fully sidestepping, so they're not vanishing, but they're just doing a slight tilt and doing a little hop before moving backwards and clicking a blast card. So now the difference here is that in order to counter Gohan's green card, you have to do just a dash back. But for UI Goku, you can do the mini side hop to the dash back and still have the time to make your move. And that is the inherent difference between their frames. Now, although UI Goku's kit is really good, it has inherent flaws that can be exploited by the current top teams, making him a liability on the battlefield. Now, if he gets caught in a combo with no way out, he is a dead unit. Let's just be real. This guy can't take literally any damage, and this guy does have a 20% damage reduction. Just keep that in mind. Furthermore, his cover change resets to neutral instead of reversing the combat loop. This is a problem because cover changes that can reverse combat loops are inherently more valuable in this current meta than neutral cover changes. You can see this in action with Zamasu from the Future team and future Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the Future and Sun family teams. Now, both units can chain a blue card to their cover change ability, meaning you're going to be dealing damage to whatever unit is going to get hit by that blue card, and there's no way for them to dodge it. All they can do is either have another unit take the damage for the original unit, or alternatively, they let their unit take the hit inherently, and that's about it. That's huge because UI Goku, well, he can't chain his blue card. He, in fact, can't chain any of his cards. So this skill could mean the difference between KOing a unit, like I said, or being forced to outplay your opponent again. Furthermore, UI Goku can only use his cover change ability twice per game, which makes him less relevant into the late game. Let's be clear here, games do not end quickly, especially in this meta, which is a problem for UI Goku as he becomes a liability as time goes on. Also, please note that even though I considered Zamasu within this example, Zamasu is not the primary purple for Future. That belongs to Super Saiyan God Blue Vegeta, but it does not mean that he's not on the bench, meaning that you will find Zamasu still on the bench for Future teams, meaning he might see play in particular matchups. So keep that in mind. Now let's talk a little bit about Sun Family. Sun Family is one of the top teams in the meta, and UI Goku is a purple Sun Family unit. So why not use him in a Sun Family team? Well, the reason for that is that Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai Goku is also a purple Sun Family unit, and a better one at that. For one thing, it's much more likely that you already have Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai Goku than a UI Goku, as a UI Goku is a new unit with a low drop rate, as we mentioned before, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku is an older unit, and you've probably pulled on him even accidentally on multiple banners. Furthermore, it's highly likely that your older unit is at higher stars than the new UI. On top of that, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a Zenkai unit, which just makes him more powerful than UI Goku, even if they are at similar stars. Now, this is of course assuming that you did put your Chrono Crystals into either Zenkais in general, or Sun Family, or Saiyans. If you didn't, but you want to play UI, then I'm assuming you're trying to play God Key, in which case I will just mention that briefly after, I finish this all. This might change in the future if UI Goku gets more teams to be part of, and potentially even has better synergy with other Sun Family units, thus bringing him in over Super Saiyan 3 Goku Zenkai. But for now, the one that is with the higher stats shall be the one to be used, and that honor belongs to Zenkai Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, just note that God Key, although is a very powerful team and definitely one of the top 5 most relevant teams in the current metagame, is not part of the top 3 in the metagame, and as a result, UI, again, is only really a part of God Key. And that's only assuming you really have him at 3 stars for him to buff the team, let alone be part of the team in general. So just keep that in mind. Also, another thing, if we were comparing God Key and Future, Future is the stronger team, as they have access to a lot more variety of units that buff each other, especially with ones with very relevant cover changes, and very strong purples, just on par, if not at least a little bit lower than UI Goku himself. Listen, I understand where a lot of YouTubers and players are coming from. UI Goku is a new unit, so I think a lot of the overhype is caused by our excitement as a community. But at the end of the day, I think you guys deserve to know the truth about this new unit, so that you aren't disappointed once you finally pull him and realize he isn't as broken as you thought he would be. If you want to pull and play with UI Goku because he's a cool and fun unit, then by all means, go for it. I personally have been playing with UI Goku over the past few days, and I've been enjoying him. He is a ton of fun to play, and I kid you not, I really enjoy playing him. But if you want to pull him simply because you think he's the most broken unit in the game, then don't waste your Chrono Crystals. If you are playing him because you want to be competitive, but you are also free to play, then the current meta teams literally don't require this unit, and once again, you're wasting your Chrono Crystals. You can win more games in PvP by playing future Sun Family or Android teams, and as a result, UI Goku is not broken. He's just a fair and balanced unit. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't hesitate to tickle the like button, and you haven't already, subscribe, and hit that bell for more notifications so you never miss another video. And I will see you in the next video. Mana mana, bum dum bum, bum dum bum, blam blam, Saitama!